going on, Jerome's? So it's an understatement to say that Sam Darnold's career hasn't really worked out so far. Whether it's the Jets or the Panthers, no one told you life was going to be this way. But now landing here in the great state of Minnesota with the Minnesota Fighting Vikings, and connecting with a quarterback guru, hopefully, in Kevin O'Connell, in a very damn friendly quarterback system, and also weapons all around, and looking for Sam Darnold to do some stuff and some things this year as America's quarterback, right? So not only leading the Vikings to wins, but of course, even though hashtag QB wins isn't a thing, but beep, bop, 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 boop, if you put up stats and numbers and put up little crooked points on the board, you tend to win some more games. And Darnold is in a fantastic situation here. And if you can't succeed here, he can't succeed anywhere. And Pro Football Focus recognizes that, as they listed Darnold as one of their top 10 sleepers for 2024. The other quarterback is Will Levis. But this is what they wrote about slinging Sammy Darnold, a.k.a. America's quarterback. Kirk Cousins started strong in fantasy football last season before his injury, averaging 19.4 fantasy points per game. Is that in a PPR? Over the first 8 weeks, 7th among all quarterbacks. After Cousins went down, Josh Dobbs served as the Vikings stand-in from weeks 9 to 14 and averaged 16.2 fantasy points per game. Most of that was rushing. 19th at the position in the final 4 weeks. The Vikings turned to Nick Mullins, who averaged 17.8 points per game, 15th best over that span. I mean, like I said, Nick Mullins will put up 400 yards and 4 touchdowns. Touchdowns for which team? Don't know. Over recent years, the Vikings quarterbacks have put up big numbers for fantasy football, largely thanks to Kevin O'Connell's tendency to maintain a higher than expected pass rate, a trend likely to continue this season. Although, the Vikings have made a concerted effort to run the ball more, but actually that could benefit the passing game even more, as play action would be more viable. The team has also run more plays in recent season. It also helps that Darnold will have Justin freaking Jefferson as a primary target. While gotta get that Jets and Darnold stack. While the uncertainty around TJ Hawkinson's return is a clear downgrade from last season, Darnold will benefit from having Aaron Jones as a reliable option for check down passes, an upgrade over what the Vikings quarterbacks had last season. Darnold has an ADP of quarterback 30. Jesus. But he should perform better than Dobbs and Mullins did last season. I hope so. He should have the same volume that Dobbs and Mullins received, but Darnold has a 66.5 passing grade over the last 2 seasons, while the other 2 quarterbacks are below 60. He also had a full training camp with the starters, while Mullins and Dobbs did not. While Darnold probably doesn't have the upside to be a top 5 fantasy quarterback, fishing among the top 12 is a clear possibility. And it gets into Kevin O'Connell's stuff and things and stuff, like the numbers. I don't know. But the question is, like, Will Sam Darnold be viable in fantasy this year? I think so. And I understand that he's not like the sexiest name in the world, and also he doesn't give you a ton of rushing value. He gives some. Like, he has 760 career rushing yards, 13 rushing touchdowns. But he's not Lamar Jackson. He's not Josh Allen out there. But there's a couple things that go in his way. Number one, weapons around him, or Justin freaking Jefferson, eventually Addison, eventually Hawkinson, and also Aaron Jones out of the backfield. That's pretty damn solid. Plus, he's the only viable quarterback option for the Vikings. So basically, something happens to Sam Darnold, doesn't have J.J. McCarthy nipping at his heels, because if McCarthy was healthy, like, there would be legit worries that, hey, Darnold could be benched mid-game. And that's no bueno for your fantasy team. Quarterback-friendly system, like PFF talked about how Kevin O'Connell puts his quarterback in good spots, and also he likes to sling the ball. Plus, you look at the schedule breakdown. So the Vikings, they have the bulk of indoor games late, highlighted by a 3-game home stand between week 13 and 15, and really there's only 2 outdoor games late in the season that would be outdoors and could potentially have inclement weather. Week 12 at the Bears before Thanksgiving, as well as week 16 at the Seahawks. Now, you can have rain, monsoons, whatever throughout the season, but in terms of winter weather impacting the games, really only 2 games outdoors late in the season. Jacksonville and Tennessee weeks 10, 11 respectively should be fine. Also, this might be an idiosyncratic thing, but I actually kind of like when the quarterback has the bye week early, so you can just get it out of the way. Because if you don't have multiple quarterbacks, or you're not like streaming who has a better matchup, like, having a quarterback get the bye out of the way early and then only burning one roster spot on a quarterback, then just go for that. Maybe it's bad strategy. I don't know, but I kind of like it. Also, like I said, some rushing value. Like he's not going to turn out huge numbers, but could he rack up and stack up a rushing touchdown or two in the red zone? Sure. Also, hey, everyone and their mom says that the Vikings are going to be ass. Thank you this year. So hey, allegedly there's going to be some garbage time, and those numbers still count the same. That's what I was told. Somebody told me the Vikings are going to be the worst team in the league. The worst. Also, in terms of, we talked about what Darnold's ceiling is, and we threw out the numbers. Could he complete 69.8% of his passes? Nice, sure. Throw for over 4,000 yards, 7.5 yards per attempt or better, 30 and 11. The first number might be a little bit too high. Last number might be a little bit too low. But a quarterback rating on around 100, sure. And also, could he potentially be in the Pro Bowl mix, especially in a weaker NFC? Yes. I think so. And remember, all these numbers are 2022 Geno Smith. I think that certainly is within his grasp. Also, you look at the 2023 top 12 last year, Baker Mayfield. Yeah. So we've compared ad nauseum of Darnold to 2022 Geno here, and then 2023 Baker Mayfield here. It's certainly something that Darnold is capable of, and like I said, like he doesn't have to reinvent the wheel. Like he doesn't have to be the GOAT out there, and we're not going to ask him to be. And he doesn't have to be the savior Messiah, just like he was with the Jets. All he has to do is distribute the rock to your playmakers and don't turn the ball over. There we go. Also, Geno finished as QB5 in 2022 fantasy with these numbers, by the way. So I think that Darnold certainly could slide in the top 12, top 10 adjacent in terms of fantasy this season. And yeah, I mean, QB wins and stats are stats, but Darnold operating the offense efficiently, not limiting stupid plays, fumbles and interceptions, and putting points up on the board. That's certainly going to help the Vikings offense and the team writ large. So I think that Darnold can do it. I think that he's in a great spot here with Kevin O'Connell. And baby, please don't prove us wrong. Please stay healthy. Do not get mono. Or is mono like chicken pox? So if you get it once, you're not going to get it again? I don't know, man. Anyways, I should probably know this. Anyways, that's it. PFF says that Sam Darnold is a top 10 sleeper option this year. Let us know your thoughts. Our thoughts, comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support the work? Put a little something in the Venmo. But till next time, Skol, production value.